I started playing like, officially in 2012, but I really got into Yu-Gi-Oh when I had leukemia and I couldn't really do anything. And like suddenly my dad brought like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards to the hospital, and I started like getting into that. And then when I got better, I went to my first like tournament, and I realized that this was like a pretty big thing. Like I went to YGO Leipzig with my granddad, and there was like 1,000 people. I didn't know what I was seeing. Like I was 15 years old, and yeah, that since then I got hooked to like the big events. So I tried to go to every tournament possible, getting as many family relatives to like come with me as a guardian because I was 15, yeah, from there on I just tried to go in as many European events and later on America as well. Yeah, that's how I started. Alright, so we have to define success because I won the Dutch Nationals when I was 15 with Murmel, but we can't really count that because it's Dutch Nationals. So the first real event I topped was YGO London in 2014 with Shadow Artifact, which was like my first top and was really big for me. And after that I didn't top for like a year because I wasn't really good back then. But yeah, that was huge for me. And yeah. So one of my favorite formats is the 2014 hat format. Even though I was too stupid to see that Murmel was the best deck, I played Gig, yeah. And what I liked about that format is that I know, right? I'm so ashamed. No, it was cool though. I played my body as a shield to counter Nobleman. I thought it was amazing. Anyway, what I really liked is that every deck was like kind of okay. You could play Bujin and still do well, but you also could play Madol shit. It was a lot of fun. Like there were a lot of bad decks that were viable. It was just at that time it was really fun to do to play format. But yeah, it was just probably Murmel would have been like bettering everyone if everyone knew about that. But that was one of my favorite formats for sure. I think it has to be the recent Goki format, especially YGO's Pasadena with like Summon Sorg and Firewall and his Soul and everything. And what I just didn't like about the deck is that we couldn't find an edge, especially at Euros when the Dolphin already leaked at the North American WCQ. Like the Goki deck was so stupidly powerful, like for so many players that were like alright average or below average could just do the standard combo and you could just easily lose to it with any deck, especially with Goki if you didn't draw hand traps. Like I hated that format so bad. Like the deck was so amazing, like it was one of the best decks I've ever played, but the format was so bad. Like it's ridiculous. So I really don't have like a favorite deck. Like my friend Joshua I would say Burning Abyss because he always played. But I always play what I think is the best deck. But the one deck that I enjoyed like a lot, and I didn't even top with it, was the 60 card Paleo deck we played at the YCS Prague in 2017. That deck was so much fun because it just people really weren't good around playing like the Paleo traps, and like you had Grass, which was like an instant win condition, but you could play cards of Mice as well. You could play so many power spells, and every like 2 traps became a Toad, which was really good in that format because everything was just normal summon a Zoo. So yeah, I love that format so much. I was really upset that I didn't top that event, but that was one of my favorite decks of all time. Oh, and Backjack is amazing. Oh my god, that card's a Fiend Grieving zoo monster. Backjack effect, it was amazing. It's probably Clifford when it was the worst, like the Tower Clifford deck that people played at the European Championship in Dublin. That deck was so dumb, and especially that event because no one knew about it and no one had really outs for it. Yeah, that was like my most hated deck, I think. So I don't really have a favorite card, but like the one card that I always remember, like when I started, I have good memories of is Heavy Storm because I played that in the Murmel deck I played, and every time I drew it I won because the card was just stupidly broken, of course, and that's the card I have like fond memories of. But I don't really have a favorite card, like yeah. So Heavy Storm is like the closest one that comes to that. It's definitely this event, YGO Gallo 2019. Not just because of the like Yu-Gi-Oh related stuff, just everything around it, like the travel, like what we saw, like what we did, like everything was so amazing. The group was amazing, and probably like the other event that comes really close to this is Prague 2017 because it's the first one I won, and the travel group I went with was really good, and it was a real good team effort. Like the deck we played, we all worked on it, like my entire team, and I was really glad we got 5 people on the tops. That was such a big success for us, and I got to win because it's just like I got lucky, but could have been any one of the 5 people because it was just such a good deck. So that's a close second, I think. But this event right now, YCS Quito is the best. Like, it's insane. So at YCS Madrid, this is like the schedule for Stellar Night format. Apparently Super Poly wasn't at 1, it was at 2 or 3, and I would go back to tell myself, why the fuck are you not playing 3? Yeah, I was just it was really bad deck building on our part. Like, we didn't play multiple Super Polys, and that's something I still regret. That was so stupid. Yeah. So in YCS Chicago in top 16, I play against a good Thunder Dragon player. And he starts off and he ends with Diablos ripping a card, Levianeer ripping a card, so Yuja, Double Colossus, a Hot Red Dragon after the Abyss, and Zombie-Stein. And I have to play with 4 cards, and I OTK for it with Lunalight, which is really cool. You should read that feature match. It's like the most amazing match I've ever played. Like, I went Mothman into Azathoth, so the negate were dead, and then we went to Undercloak Taker, make a Saryuja 0, summon the Phantom Dancer, the Leo Dancer, attack for game. It was insane. Like, he it was so funny because he took 15 minutes to build that board, and he was like, yeah. It was getting happier and he smiled more. And then when I was playing, he was like, all right, and you saw his mood like drop again. It was so sad. And then game 2, he let me start because he saw what the deck could do when it went second, and I just Azathoth him in his own turn and did the same thing in my turn too. That was amazing. That was such a great match. So yeah, that's definitely like my highlight. This is now one of the craziest ways I ever lost was against my friend Luke Parks at YCS Rimini on the bubble. I have a Trident and nothing else, but I'm really close to winning. We're both low on life points, and he has 0 cards on field and hand, and he draws, and then he's like, I have 12 cards left on my deck, so he plays Pot of Desires and draws Dark Hole and his last Zoo card, and he wins. That was so stupid. But yeah, that was I think one of the craziest ways I ever lost. Well, it happens. So 2 of the players I admire like the most are Stefano Mamoli and then Marcelo Barberi. Especially Stefano Mamoli. Like, there was a European Championship in 2016 and I lost in top 8 while top 4 would go to Worlds. And I was heartbroken, like I cried so hard. And when I was explaining how I lost to like a group of people, Stefano Mamoli asked like, oh, can I see your deck? So I was like, whatever, I give my deck box. I continue explaining to the people. He gives my deck box back. Alright, nothing happens. So later that night, I open my deck box and there is an Italian, I played Cosmo at that event, so there is an Italian Cosmo town in it with a note, and it says read me. And he's in like really bad English because he doesn't speak English very well. It says, sometimes the best things still have to come. So like that was his way of saying like, no worries, it will all be fine. And then my friends told me, yeah, he put it in your deck box, and he told us not to tell you because he wanted you to like see that as a surprise later on. And then since then, it's like, it was a really big moment for me because I really looked up to him, and then I didn't expect that at all to happen. So that was a really, touching moment for me. And well, Marcello is just one of the most insane players I've ever like worked with, and I still like sometimes he just he messages me like with very supportive messages after like events whenever I do well or not well. I just like his support means a lot. And he's one of the most insane players I got to work with when we were both at CCG. So yeah, if I to tell that on YouTube, that's absolutely unacceptable and embarrassing. So I would never do that. I remember YCS New Jersey, and I hated it so much. But you learn to live with it. I still think it should be addressed. Like I don't think the end phase is a correct way. I think both players should still have at least a full turn, or at least like finish the turn and then one more turn. But I don't have hope that they will ever change it because the rounds are shorter and the events are shorter and that's what they want. I think we should all accept it and move on. Definitely in real life, I just like to feel and see the cards and like rifle through my graveyard, and like I think that helps with testing. I do test a lot of online, but I really prefer in real life. I'm still weird like that. So I like 5Ds though. I only watched like the first 3 kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I didn't watch past 5Ds, but I like 5Ds a lot because like it was pretty. It's like Gallo doesn't like it, but like 5D's pretty like.
5D? So you like the 5D?
I walk right into that one. So what I like is like it's pretty mature, like 5D. Like it's like it's like the entire like how it's the art setting, like the satellite, and then you have the rich people in the city, and they just dump all the garbage in the satellite, and they have to like work with that. I don't know. There was like something that appealed to me. Like it's a bit more mature than just people on an island and like on like a dual academy or whatever. But yeah, that's like that was one like my favorite. Like especially the episode that. Which like that emo guy that plays Infernity, that in that like Midwest town. That's such an amazing episode. So dark as well. You should probably watch that with subtitles. That's amazing. It's definitely like he's not from 5Ds, but my favorite character is of course Seto Kaiba, because he like doesn't give a crap about the friendship stuff and just curse cards everyone to death.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
He just gets shit done. You know that scene that Kaiba borrows a car, like a car, and then the guy's like, oh, I'm gonna fire it, and then he's like, he writes a check and like throws a check at him, and he drives. That's such a great scene. There's nothing to do with Yu-Gi-Oh. It's amazing. Why is this London 2017, if I'm not mistaken? I get like reincarnation draw by like a friend of mine. And I draw Gamma, and I didn't use Gamma on the draw, and I still, up until this day, I don't know why. I just banished the entire hand. And then, of course, I scoop, and then afterwards I'm like, it could have been like more optimal. So I don't know, this was just, I just blanked, like.
Whoops.
Yeah. Banana.
What's wrong with this guy? Oh, 5D, bro.